Hey everybody, King Glad you're here, and welcome to kind of my conversation about the latest ban list for Master Duel, and then my wish list for what I hope will be banned in the future in Master Duel. What we're going to do is we're going to go through the Master Duel ban list kind of card by card, revealing what was unveiled. As you can see, Union Carrier and Totally Awesome have been forbidden. But then we'll talk about kind of the more significant changes to the ban list, and lastly, what my wish list is. So here we go. So yeah, Union Carrier and Totally Awesome are forbidden. We have that Grass looks greener. There can only be one, and Dimensional Shifter, as well as Infernity Launcher and Conquistador being semi-limited. So to be clear, Grass is going from 3 to 2. There can only be one from 3 to 2, and Dimensional Shifter from 3 to 2. And then Launcher and Conquistador are going from 1 to 2. And then the cards to be lifted from the ban list are Pankratops, Memories of Hope, Scapegoat, Danger Jackalope. Jackalope may see a lot of play coming up, guys, because Tears are going to be released, and Dangers and Tear play really well together. Double Iris is good because Pens, they're struggling. I'm personally not a fan, but, they can search their pendulum graphs much easier now. Salamangreat Gazelle being to 3. It's probably going to see play at 3. Let's face it, Gazelle is super good in solids. And then Cursed Eldland. They're just trying to slowly bring back Eldritch. As long as Floodgates don't come back for them, it's a pretty fair deck. Memories of Hope. Good job, Numeron players. You got back your best draw spell. And Pankratops is just a great going second card. Scapegoat, I don't even know why it was banned, guys, to be honest with you. That card is not ban list worthy. It's just, you get 4 tokens that you can't summon with on your turn, and most of the time your opponent's going to summon so many negates that they're not going to do anything anyway. So now let's talk about kind of the more significant changes to the ban list, guys. Totally Awesome being banned. Direct result of Sprites coming out. In case you weren't aware, Sprites are a rank 2, link 2, level 2 deck. So being able to bring out Totally Awesome is super easy for them. I personally would have liked to see this be played at least for one format for Spright, because from what I've been researching, Spright kind of have needed Totally Awesome to help set up a good board going first. But we'll see. Sprite's still been topping in a lot of tournaments in OCG and TCG, and we'll just kind of see how it plays during Best of One Master Duel format. Union Carrier. This card's needed to be gone for a long time. 2 monsters with the same type or attribute leading to an extra deck lockout. Not really something that needs to be played, guys. So I'm glad that this card is gone. Mind you, the extra deck lockout does require you have a Dark or a Dragon, being the Buster Whelp, but a lot of decks can get a Dark or a Dragon on the field pretty easy. So sorry, Union Carrier and ABC players, but you had to go. Another Floodgate going to 2. There can only be one. This is good. Always love Floodgates going to 2. I would love for some Floodgates to actually get banned. Talking to you, Skill Drain. But, hopefully Konami keeps this trending in the right direction, because Floodgates got to go. Just nobody likes playing against Floodgates, man. And people that like playing Floodgates, well, that's on you guys. Enjoy them for whatever reason. That Grass looks greener to 2. Couple of reasons why I can see this happening right now, guys, is Tears are coming, and Grass and Tears is going to be a scary combo when it does get released. So there's a fair chance that Konami might just outright ban this card on the next ban list, but we'll have to see. The other reason is Master Duel, the Master Cup, the Duelist Cup had a lot of 60-card decks in that, and so Konami may just be trying to rein some of those in. Dimension Shifter to 2. This is an interesting hit for me because Dimension Shifter hard counters Tears, so they may be doing this to help them out a tiny bit. But Dimension Shifter is also played in decks like Flu Under Ease and kind of these other Banishy decks, so it's kind of nice to see it at 2, because I personally don't like playing against Dimension Shifter. It's kind of hard to play against a card that just banishes everything. But they may come back at 3 if we really need help against Tier. So, we're going to go on to what my wish list is here, guys, and kind of my thoughts on why I want some of these cards to these statuses. To start with, Runic Fountain. I would like to see this card limited or semi-limited on the next ban list, because Runic inherently is a very splashable engine in a lot of decks. And because of the way that it plays the game, it has answers to every single kind of board state, even board states where you aren't playing the game. And so there's only two ways to really win that matchup. It's either you draw the out or you just grind through and you just hope that they don't have enough answers to you or banish your entire deck. And it's only going to get worse as the formats go on, because we're going to be seeing cards such as, we're going to be seeing decks like Spright Runic, Spright Tier, or I'm sorry, Spright Tier will be a deck, but like Runic Tier. Basically any deck that can play Runic is going to probably see some play at some point. And so by limiting or semi-limiting Runic Fountain, it helps reduce the power of the engine, and it also makes your outs feel more significant, because by having this card be limited or semi-limited, you Cosmic it either eliminates their one copy or brings them down to only one copy left to play with that they have to cycle through. And so they can't be doing that multiple times a turn, drawing a bunch of cards, trying to find the perfect out, set up all their floodgates. Just help really reduce the power of Runic decks in a best of one format that just inherently are really strong. My next card that I would like to see banned is Arch Nemesis Protoss, a searchable, destruction immune choice floodgate for one particular archetype is pretty bonkers. Now, I will say Arch Nemesis Protoss has helped keep Sword Soul relevant, because it just straight up locks out like branded Despia out of the game by hitting Dark, or by hitting Wind it locks out Flu. No, you can't special summon, so it doesn't help against Flu. But anyway, Protoss gotta go, man. This card's been around for way too long in this format. It has time to shine, but Protoss has gotta go. Card Demise. Now, my gripe with Card Demise is at 3 copies right now, this card is being played in every single control deck, and what it's really being used for is in Runics, because let's look at a scenario here. Drop one of their fountains, set 3 to 4, activate Card Demise. That gives them basically a free draw in a deck that doesn't mind sending their hand to the graveyard anyway, because it helps set up the graveyard for Runic Fountain, and allows them to search for more floodgates or answers to the incoming turn. So this card needs to be gone. It is way too powerful in a best of one format. It's way too powerful in a lot of formats. I believe it's banned in OCG and TCG, to be honest with you guys. And the other part to this too is it doesn't matter that you can't special summon and you take no damage because of this card's restrictions, or your opponent can't special, or the controller of this card can't special summon and your opponent takes no damage. These don't matter because against Runic, they aren't doing that to you anyway. They're not going to be special summoning on your turn or on their turn, and they're not going to be, they're not going to be trying to hit you with damage. They're just trying to banish your deck. So, Card Demise, it's time for you to meet your demise. Ido, the Supreme Magical Force. If anybody is familiar with the Ido lock or any of the other cards that run the lock in Branded, this card is just representing a mass variety of those cards that just need to be gone, because it's very sacky in a best of one game to just be hit with, I believe it's Branded Banishment, and you just can't play unless you happen to pull Forbidden Droplet. So, Ido, you gotta go, my man. And lastly, Super Poly. Super Poly is one of those cards that have gotten better with age, because Konami is able to release cards that are specifically for using Super Poly with. Now here's the issue. We are in a fusion centralized format right now, and it's only going to get worse as we see the release of tiers coming out. Super Poly right now, because of its vast number of targets, is able to just completely swing games in the player's favor that uses this card. And in a best of one format where you don't have a chance to kind of change your way of thinking if your opponent is playing Super Poly for game 2 or 3, and you also don't have an answer to help kind of defend yourself after you get super polyed, you kind of just lose the game. And so in a best of one format where you don't get either of those options and you just have to hope that they can't super poly your board or happen not to draw one of their two copies, which always seems to happen for some reason, this card is just way too broken in a best of one format, and especially in a Fusion Central format where we're about to be seeing two of the best Fusion decks that Konami has ever released between branded and tiers. We need to get this card gone. In case anybody wasn't familiar with this card, you can discard a card and fusion summon any monster or any fusion from your extra deck using cards from either side of the field. So you don't even have to use any of your own material. You can just use two of your opponent's cards if the materials fit right, and it cannot be responded to. So that's it. Super Poly should be banned, and I hope that it does, because it would be nice to finally stop getting sacked by Super Poly. But anyway, guys, thank you for listening to my video here. Please leave your comments about what you think of this latest ban list and kind of what you would like to see in the future, whether you agree with some of my picks or if you think that, maybe some other things need to get changed or not changed. But please subscribe to my channel, and thank you for watching, guys, and check out my channel for any other videos.